What's up, guys? Well, I got a new phone. I finally sold Verizon to Ada Bag of Dicks, and I'm really wanting to check out the camera. Although I have the GoPro that I can do a lot of things with, it helps to have a second camera, even if it's on a cell phone. So, really, I'm just seeing what this thing can do. Let me switch this thing. Well, right off the bat, I can't turn the camera around without stopping the recording. So I figured I'll do a little update on where we're at on some of these projects that I have going on. This bike here, the Bandit, it's been kind of cold and kind of rainy, and also it gets dark earlier. And, on the way home from work, I had to fight a lot of traffic, and I don't think it's an ideal situation to commute with this when it's dark and traffic. So this thing sits more than it normally does. So the battery has gotten to where the cold weather has affected it, and I'm having to jump it off when I want to ride. So it's not handling the temperature, and it's not handling the load of trying to start. So I need to get a new battery for it, and I'll probably install some sort of lead for a trickle charger, so I can hook a trickle charger when I'm not riding and keep that charged up. This one here, the GS500, this is a popular bike on YouTube. Apparently a lot of people want to know what I'm doing to convert this to a cafe, and I've let a lot of you guys down. 2020 has been a weird year, and now we're in 2021, and I need to get on the ball with some of this stuff. A lot of things have changed, but I need to get on the ball with this project and get it done, and hopefully I can sell it in the springtime. Now, the thing about this bike, I did buy a tank for it that I thought was flawless. Now, one thing I noticed after that video that I posted was this knee knock here should come down and around. So I don't know if there's Bondo here. This tank isn't as flawless as I thought. The other thing is, I was trying to move these bikes around and get a couple out of here, and I accidentally dropped this bike on its side. So I did put a scratch in this tank. You can see it right here. And it went through the paint pretty deep. So I will be stripping this down. I'm going to try to figure out what this is here and see if we can fix it. And if not, we'll leave it like it is and repaint it. Now the rear hoop, I still need to finish that up. I probably need to start getting on this with videos, and so we can get the rear hoop finished up and get that uploaded. It's not going to take a lot of work, and then I need to try to get it running again and just kind of go through it and get everything done. And hopefully in the springtime, when people start riding again around here, it'll be pretty easy to sell. So that's the goal for this one. We also have our turn signals and whatnot that we put in there. I want to try to hook those up. Now this one here is kind of my personal project, the GS550. It's an 82, I believe, which is not, in my opinion, a desirable year. They had more of a raked chopper look in that era. I was able to convert this to like a 78 and earlier style, and use an earlier tank and use the earlier wheels. Now I have a 600cc engine from a Bandit that I put in there. I've got to make some mounts and get everything lined up properly. This will be just kind of more of a personal project, kind of like a bike I can cruise around, take to car shows and little cruising and stuff and show it off. So this is not a project that I'm in a hurry about. This is my personal project. There's no rush on this one. It may take me a year, it may take me 5. This one's going to be just kind of a fun resto mod, I guess. So it's an 82 made to look like a 78 and earlier Cafe or Brat, with a Bandit 600 engine. So it's kind of a resto mod. The Goldwing, boy, do we have a long story on that. That is also kind of a personal project. I want to make a big boy cruiser. I'm a big guy and I need a big bike. Goldwings aren't really what I'm into at all. I don't like big dressers. So I'd like to undress this. Now, a lot of people have undressed the earlier Goldwings. This is a 1500, it's an 86. So the problem with this one is nothing underneath the plastics was ever made to be seen. So it's not pretty when you take them off. So it's kind of a daunting goal. The other thing is the tank section is, well, like most Goldwings, it's not real. The plastics aren't the tank. There's a tank that actually goes, kind of under the faux tank or the bodywork and down under the seat. So we need something to look like a gas tank. And what's on here is actually part of the fairings. So I need to find some sort of plastic or something from an earlier Goldwing, like an 1100, and see if it'll fit on here. That's the first step. The rest I can work with, I think. The other challenge that I know that I'm going to have is the rear suspension. The coilovers that are on there actually have air ride on top of the coilovers, and they sit straight up and down. It's not visually appealing, so I can put any kind of coilover on there and make them fit, but I need to try to lean them forward so it looks better. So I know I'm going to have some fabrication there. The rest of it, I think I can clean up pretty well and hide what I don't want people to see and then expose what I do want people to see. So this bike here, we lost the key for. The person I got this from found a spare key, and we had it. I started putting it back together, and then we lost that key. It's a real long story. So this one here is kind of a burden. It's kind of a pain in my side. So it's been on the back burner. I really haven't wanted to mess with it. It does run, and it runs great. I've ridden it around. Like I said, with a lost key, it's a lot of work to change an ignition switch on this because it has so many freaking locks on it. And, if I change the ignition switch, I got to change all the locks so they match. I don't have a key to any of them at this point. But in the long run, we're going to eliminate a lot of that stuff. And we're going to need a key for the ignition and maybe for the gas cap. I need those to match. So until I'm ready to take on that task, it's just sitting here getting buried and all kinds of other crap in the garage. So really what we're down to is this GS500. This is going to be an active project. It's the only thing I'm going to be working on bike-wise that's not part of my job. I guess this is kind of my own project that will be for sale. Now, I find it hard to work on anything here at home. I don't have the room. I don't have the time. I just don't have the space, and I don't have the tools here that I need for it to be practical. So I may take this to work and, be able to work on it after hours and on a Saturday and whatever. So when you see these videos start up on this bike, it may not be here. It'll probably be in my workspace at work where all my tools are, and I have a motorcycle table that I can put it on. And hopefully we can get this one rolling and start creating content with it. I hope you excuse the mess in here. I do kind of share this garage with my 9-year-old, and he's into having stuff as much as I am. And we kind of fight over some room, It's just not a good place for our own personal projects. I hoped it would. The last house I had didn't have a garage, and I really hoped the next one would. So when I looked for the next one, that was the main thing that I was concerned with, was having a garage. in the long run, I really haven't been able to utilize it, but at least I can store stuff in it. That's good, but at the same time, I've pretty much grown into it, and it hasn't really benefited me as far as doing work and getting it done. So this one may go to work at my job. Right now, I mean, this is kind of the stuff I do anyway, so I can bring my own personal projects there and work on them after hours, and that's not a problem at all. All right, so short and sweet on that. Just want to let you guys know where we're at here. And also, I wanted to check this phone out. I needed one anyway, so here it is. Until next time, keep it up on two, I guess. Take it easy.